That sounds sweet. Okay. On to today's lore. We're going to cover the current event, Wisdom Spring, and we might possibly cover the no caller ID and the dirty backyard events. Because those are mentioned in the main story, but they're not highly relevant. They're referred to, though. No Caller ID was like the first event ever released, I believe. It's the first ever event story. Dirty Backyard was referenced during chapters 30 onward with the dealings with Sixo, the Darknet overlord, so to speak. Without further ado, we'll get right into it, though. Now, this one blew my mind a bit. I was like, now things are making sense a bit. I thought that was a little sus, but I just brushed it off. Maybe we're just a little cracked. Nah, shit happened here. It's a very short event. Okay. Starting with recall. Commander? Mana? Are you feeling okay? Of course I'm fine. The moment I try to sit up, a searing migraine begins to set in. Are you okay, Commander? My head. Take a deep breath. I follow Mana's advice. Now slowly exhale. I exhale slowly. After repeating this several times, my head feels slightly less painful. Are you feeling better now? Yeah, thanks. After coming more or less to my senses, I look around. Where am I? In our research lab. Don't you remember? What am I doing here? I can't remember a thing. Perhaps my headache has something to do with it. I close my eyes and sift through my thoughts, attempting to recall the past. Now that took things in a slightly different direction than I thought they were going. That hinted at something else. You know, clearly amnesia. Oh, just you guys wait. 12 hours earlier. So this is before Rappy is turned into Rappy Red Hood. This is before Rappy Underwinter transformation. I think logically this takes place. This was just before Rappy turned into Red Hood. Permanently, like her permanent transformation. This also happens after we've met Grave. So this is I want to say somewhere between chapter 32 and 33. Chronologically speaking. My phone beeps. Mana. Hello, Commander. How are you? I'm doing well. Glad to hear it. I wanted to ask you if you had some free time today. Why? What's up? In honor of your contributions made to the surface reclamation operation, MMR has decided to provide you with a new weapon. Oh, what is it? A customized especially for you, so you'll need to visit us in person in order to test it and claim it. Does it have to be today? Today would be preferable, but if you can't, we can make adjustments. Alright, I'll stop by today. Thank you. Then I'll see you later. What's wrong, Commander? You look rather bemused. It was just something that came up rather suddenly. What is it? MLR is providing you the new weapon. MLR? Why would they do that out of the blue? Oh, oops. They say it's in recognition of my contributions towards reclaiming the surface. Isn't this a good thing? It's a chance for us to enhance our firepower! The opportunity to use a cutting-edge weapon developed by MMR. Okay, Neon, you firepower fanatic, shut the fuck up. Let's go right away. Or apparently they're only making one for me. What the how come? You're practically superhuman at this point. What are you blathering about now? I'm simply saying the master has ascended to the realm of a divine master, beyond human. Don't you ever feel that there are times when master doesn't feel human? I wish I could say otherwise, but there have been times when I thought the commander recovered unusually fast from injuries. You're right, but surely it's better than taking ages to recover from injuries. Okay, what they're referring to is when I was seemingly fatally stabbed through the gut. And managed to just walk it the fuck off. Not really. I ended up in the hospital, but I was back on my feet the next day. Not usual. Not quite usual. And I just thought, surely he's just feeling really fucked up and he just needs to report in. Surely it's just, it's whatever. The next time, we got shot in the chest. And after some simple first aid from Rapunzel, we were able to just walk it the fuck off and continue our mission. And return to the Ark on our own 2 feet. The, next case after that, forget which one. I mean, there was also the time that we were crushed against a wall by Behemoth. Surely should have broken all the bones in our body if we were normal. I thought maybe she just didn't crush us that hard. But apparently it caved the wall in partially. So yeah, we should have been probably just straight up dead. But we were walking later the next day. I mean, it's only gotten more and more progressive what we're able to just bounce back from. I appreciate the compliment, I think. No problem. So I don't think there will be any new weapons for you all. Darn, that's a bummer. Still, you getting one is better than nothing. While I agree that this sounds like a wonderful development, it does all feel rather sudden. That's true. Plus, we were talking about the MMR research lab. There are all sorts of unsavory rumors about that place. What, should I check in with some other squads and see if they've heard anything? No, Mana was the one who got in touch with me, so everything should be fine. Fair point. It's not like Mana to lie about something. We owe Mana a lot for her help so far, so I'll go. With her help specifically at Reclamation Site 01. Understood. Master, if you encounter a solid weapon meant for sneakers while you're at it, could you... You idiot, what is the chance of that happening? Ignore her, Commander. Be careful, if anything happens, call us. We'll be standing by so you can contact us anytime. You will get some rest. I'll reach out if something happens. Sure I will. Alright, you'll be inside the Ark after all, so what could go wrong? That's a flag. Anise, have you ever heard of a flag? You just shoved one straight down. Make sure to bring back a lot of good stuff, Commander. Safe travels. Take care, Master. I entered the MMR research lab. I look around in search of Mana, but she is nowhere to be seen. Mana, where are you? There is no answer. Mana? Should I wait around for her? Number 7? Ether? Fancy meeting you here. What are you doing around these parts? Are you finally ready to hop on my experimentation table? No, I'm not. I'm here to see Mana. Mana? Why? I was told MMR is giving me a new weapon? Really? This is the first I've heard of it. You didn't know about it? Of course not. That's how it is being an employee in MMR. I'm already overworked as it is with my own workload. So I'm in the dark as to what other teams are up to. It's not like you know what the other commanders are up to either, right? Right. You see, this is how the world works. It's not your personal job, you resign yourself to not knowing anything about it. I suppose that means you don't know where Mana is either? Actually, I think I do. You do? I believe I heard her say something about going to the deep sector earlier. She also mentioned that she'd be out of contact for a while, so if anything crops up, they'd have to handle it themselves. Again, though, I'm not 100% sure if that's the case. So she can't be reached right now. If she went to the deep sector, then no. Once you head inside, you're forbidden from communicating with anyone outside. That goes even for researchers like myself. What a pain. What sort of plans did you and Mana have, anyway? Did you arrange to meet at a specific time? No. That's not like Mana. Maybe she thought she'd be back soon. Should I wait for her? Would you like to go and meet her? In person? Yes. You're a busy man, so I presume you can't afford to stand around waiting too long. Can I go inside? What's the worst that could happen? Let's go. I'll take you there. You'll escort me personally? Why do you look so skeptical? You think I'm only pretending to take you to Mana, but instead I'll drag you to my lab for some experiments? Is that your plan? Of course not. I'm a busy woman. If I wanted to conduct experiments on you, I wouldn't go through all that rigmarole. Despite being as busy as I am, I'm generous enough to devote my precious time to helping you out. You ought to be grateful. Alright, then lead the way. Let's go! Down below. I follow Ether down the halls of the MMR research lab. The elevator is so far away. Can't they do something about this? It's so annoying having to even walk this far every time. What was it called again, this place we're going to? It's the deep sector. It's also referred to as the level E zone. But to keep things simple, we typically call it the deep sector. Somewhat frustratingly, it's divided into two separate sections. That's how big it is. And it's underground as well. Yes, deep underground. All the labs at MMR are subterranean. Well, technically, of course they are, because we're all underground. This is the arc. But the deep sector is particularly far down. You can only get there using a special elevator, which means we have to schlep all the way over here every single time. It's such a pain. You said all the labs at MMR are underground? Don't you remember you came to my lab last time because you caught something while on the surface? This was during the events of her Bond story. We caught the flu or something. We caught some kind of disease on the surface and she, nursed us back to health. For the purposes of you guys, I'll say refresh my memory. You don't remember? Well, I guess that's not entirely unreasonable. When people catch a disease from the surface, they need to come to the MMR labs for treatment. Last time you caught something like a cold on the surface and I treated you, that was all done in one of our underground labs. I realize how strange this all sounds. The Ark is already underground, and now we're talking about more things under that. Why didn't Miss Hillis build the labs above ground? Because this way, the test subjects won't be able to escape. Huh? Relax, that was a joke. The answer should be obvious. It's because what we do is highly secretive. There's a reason people always talk about secrets being buried underground. The MMR Research Lab is a prime example of that. All of the Ark's secrets are sealed away, buried deep under the surface. We know one of them, the power source for the Ark. The gigantic rapture core. That's one of the secrets buried in the deep sector. Not revealed in this event, but besides the point. Is that why you're forbidden from communicating with the outside while you're in there? Correct. The place is full of top secret stuff. You never know when or how a secret might leak. So any and all communications are restricted while inside the deep sector. That's why Mana is currently incommunicado. This place sounds awfully important. Is it alright for me to be going there? Sure, why not? Your reputation precedes you. You've encountered everything from pilgrims to heretics. Besides, it's not like you're going to be running around opening all the lab doors, so it'll be fine. Oh, but I could do that, right? Nah, us, the commander. Such an honorable individual. No, we wouldn't. I still feel a bit uneasy. So you don't want to meet Mana? You don't have to if you don't want to. Don't worry and just stay close to me. You'll get lost if you space out while we're in there. Okay. Down below me. Here we are. This elevator will take us straight to the deep sector. Heather taps her access card on the elevator panel and presses a button. The elevator doors loudly creak open. You get in first. You can step into the elevator, and next to the elevator door there's a card slot, along with buttons labeled Level D, Level E, and Level P. You see the slot by the door? Could you insert this access card? Heather hands me the access card. I insert it into the slot. The buttons for Level D and Level E light up with mechanical ding. The buttons lit up. Good, looks like the approval hasn't expired yet. Come again? That's a guest pass I got approval for a while back, which can be used in lieu of a researcher's card. Made you do that ahead of time. It's a royal pain getting approval every individual time. If I find it easier to just get things approved whenever I can. I see. Alright, all you have to do is press level E and you'll go down. Whatever you do, don't press level P, okay? That leads to the furthest recesses of the deep sector. That's off limits even to someone of your caliber. We're like one of the most highly respected individuals in the Ark. We're like we are near the top of the bottom of the top of the chain. We are leagues above so many other people. And it's off limits to us. That's crazy. Not to mention that card wouldn't give you access to that area anyway. You're not getting one? I can't. One card per person is the rule. You don't have another access card? I have a researcher's access card, and I haven't been approved at the moment, so I can't use it. Like I told you earlier, the security there is incredibly stringent. Even researchers like me need to submit a formal request beforehand. It would take forever and a day for me to submit the paperwork and go through the processes, so you go ahead on your own. Why don't I stay and you go? You want me to find Mana myself? That's hardly convenient for me, you know. Fine, I'll go. Attaboy. That's more like it. What is it, feeling sad that we have to part ways? Or are you nervous? Neither. Harsh. Still, you seem a bit more relaxed now. So buck up. And head down to meet Mom. The doors close. Have fun down there. Oh, what? Why would I be having fun? What the fuck? What the fuck? Into the abyss. So this is the deep sector. Glancing around, I see a windowless corridor. The entire place is eerily empty. I need to find Mana, but how? I continue to look around. It's difficult to ascertain where the door is inside the corridor. The long and gray space isn't well lit. I scan the dim corridor intently, searching for Mana. A sudden burst of dizziness hits me out of the blue, along with a wave of nausea. First things first, I need to get moving. And start walking forward. Oh yeah, it's just dizziness and nausea. Surely not an indicator of a greater problem. Soon after walking for a long time, there's still no sign of mana. For that matter, I haven't seen a single researcher around at all. Whew. The dizziness and nausea are growing worse by the second. Maybe I should sit down for a bit. Bud. I sink down to the floor and curl up. Your communications not work here either? Mana, where are you? No response. I'm in the deep sector right now. No response. Guess not. I lean my head against the wall and stare at the ceiling. I can't keep going on like this. Russell, I pull out the access card Heather gave me and stare at it. I need to figure out some way to contact Mana. I stand back up. Just as I'm about to head back to the elevator, Commander? Mana? What are you doing here? I finally found you. Into the abyss. You were looking for me? Why would you do that? Huh? More importantly, how did you get in here? Ether gave me an access card. She did? Pull out the access card and show it to Mana. That's just a guest pass. Why isn't Ether with you? She said she couldn't come because she had to get a separate authorization. Huh? She couldn't come with you. Why did you come here on your own? You asked me to. I did? You contacted me and said that MMR had prepared a new weapon for me. I did? Huh. Mana? Did you not send the blah message earlier today? No. I've been here in the deep sector since yesterday. Oh shit. We've been bamboozled. And I'm scheduled to be here until tomorrow morning. But I received a message from you this morning. Could you show me that message? Hold on. I show Mana the message I received earlier. It's definitely been sent from my profile. But I never sent this. Not only that, MMR doesn't produce new weapons for commanders in the first place. Huh? Never heard of such a project. Then how could I have gotten this message? Well, I can't say for sure, but it seems that someone wanted to lure you into MMR. Given that they used my name to mislead you, I highly doubt that their intentions were noble. I'm not following. Commander, what kind of place do you think MMR is? A place where the Ark's secrets are hidden? That's a rather unexpected answer, but you're not incorrect. Did anyone tell you that by any chance? I heard it from Heather. I see, that makes sense. Well, she's right. MMR safeguards all of the Ark's technological secrets. That's why everyone who comes in here first has to be granted authorization in the form of an access card. Literally every single one of the Ark's secrets is buried. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy. Here in the deep sector where we are now, the security is particularly tight. In other words, I entered without proper authorization. Not necessarily, you do have an access card after all. However, if you were to encounter any other researchers and they wanted to know your reason for being here, you might be in a bit of a bind. Do you think that's what they wanted? Whoever it was that brought me here? There's no way we can know for certain. One thing that is certain, however, is that staying here for too long will be dangerous for you. Okay, let's head out then. Alright, I'll lead the way. Maya hurriedly leads me towards the access elevator. However, beep, I tap the access card against the outside elevator panel. Huh? I try again. Error code 40124, or 4012. It's not working. I think the card's expired. That means you can't leave. I'm trapped in the abyss. I'm trapped in the abyss. Oh no. I'm trapped. So I'm trapped. Yes. The code you just saw appears when an expired access card is used. Can't you open it with your card? I'm scheduled to be here till tomorrow morning. It's nearly impossible to alter the time period which you've been approved. Unless there are truly exceptional circumstances. Miss Ellis even keeps researchers on a short leash, huh? Yes, they do. Researchers must obtain approval to enter the deep sector and must adhere precisely to the authorized time frame. Those are the rules. Why is it so inflexible? For a very simple reason. This place contains many secrets. Bacillus doesn't give free rein to anyone who works down here. Not even the researchers? No. The company trusts no one. It's probably the reason why they prefer NIkke researchers whenever possible. Hold on. You tell me that the researchers here are intentionally composed entirely of Nikkes? Not all of them, but most. Did you know that Heather and I are both Nikkes? Yes, I knew. You have a good memory. That's right. Heather and I are Nikkes. In addition to being researchers at the MMR, we're also members of the MMR squad. When humanity migrated to the Ark, do you know what non-combat Nikkes were initially created for? Preserving technology and art. To ensure that humanity's knowledge and creativity wouldn't vanish underground. It was embedded into the Nikkes themselves. I'm not sure I follow. How exactly did they transpose technology and art into Nikkes? By transforming exceptionally gifted artists and engineers into Nikkes. Huh? This way their skills and knowledge could survive, without the human limitation of time. What the fuck? Scientists were no different. Nikkes were considered a premium storage device of sorts for scientific knowledge. And so many scientists were turned into Nikkes as well. What the hell? That's not the only advantage that Nikkes have. It's difficult to hide secrets inside a Nikke's brain. Since humanity moved to the Ark, brain scanning technology has improved by leaps and bounds. Unless extreme measures like neural shielding or black boxing are employed, most Nikkes are incapable of concealing the information from humans. That explains it. That's not the only reason. It's easy to store information in Nikkes and it's difficult for them to hide anything. That's why the majority of MMR researchers are Nikkes. Of course, not everyone was forced into it. Some volunteered to become Nikkes, hoping to complete their research without being limited by a human lifespan. I see. I've gotten sidetracked. To summarize, Bacillus doesn't even trust its own researchers. Therefore, curtailing the time period for which I was authorized would be difficult. Got it. Thank you for understanding. We've spent too much time talking. It's not prudent to stay here long. Let's look for another lab where we might get a signal. Okay, let's move. Deja vu. Deja vu? I've been to this place before. Mena and I began searching for any type of communication within the deep sector. Commander, can you come here? There's an elevator here too. Of course, the deep sector is a vast place. It would be difficult working with only one operating elevator. I believe there should be an emergency contact device inside this elevator. Mena fiddles with the control panel of the elevator. Nothing. Seems the rumors were unfounded. Let's go somewhere else. We search for another elevator. As we entered the dust-filled room, we see a sacred altar of some kind. What's this? A prayer room. A prayer room? Yes, a space for religious worship. What's a place like this doing here? The organization which preceded MMR has religious ties, so they created this space. She's referring to VTC. The Vatican Technological Research, I believe is what, Vatican Technology Company, I think it was. But yeah, the VTC had ties to the Vatican. It's rarely used now, though. That might explain the dust. Mana begins to inspect the prayer room. Nothing here either. Let's keep moving. Alright. We leave the prayer room. Peeking doors. There should be an emergency communication device in here somewhere. Just a moment. Mana starts to press on various points of the wall. Nothing. It's either already been discovered or it's more invented rumors. Also try to look for the purported hidden communication device inside the corridor. Soon after. Not a thing. Nope. Every possible way of contacting the outside is blocked. It seems so. This is the first time I've gotten definitive confirmation of that. Feeling slightly dizzy, I lean against the wall. Are you alright, Commander? Come to think of it, you've looked a bit pale for a while now. Is something wrong? Just a little tired is all. Don't worry about it. Right now we need to look for a way out. That's true, but... should I ask another lab? What is it? There's one place we haven't checked yet. They haven't removed all of the equipment. There might still be a communication device there. Let's go. Follow me. Oh no. Zing. Come in. Okay. I follow Mana inside an empty lab. Oh. A sharp pain shoots through my head. Nausea is even more intense than before. While trying to ignore my spleen migraine, I once again look ahead. A small stank stands before us in an otherwise empty lab, as if an experiment had been halted midway. For some reason, I'm getting a sense of deja vu. The tank, filled with a liquid of some kind, seems like it once had something else inside it. Controlling my breathing, I turn my gaze to the space behind the tank. There's an empty desk. Similar to the tank, it feels like there was once a plethora of materials on it, which are now gone. Mona? Yes, what is this place? A lab that's fallen into disuse. Someone I knew used to work here. Knowing her, she might have left behind a communication device to contact the upper levels. Yeah. You know her. The two of us lock eyes. Commander, are you okay? You look worse than before. Are you sure it's just exhaustion? Actually, I don't feel so good. When did it start? Since I entered the deep sector. That was a long time ago. Why didn't you tell me earlier? I'm sorry, I was able to manage it for a while, but the headache's gotten unbearable since we got into this room. This particular lab, you mean? Yeah. I'm also getting a feeling of deja vu for some reason. Deja vu? Here? Honestly, maybe I do, maybe I don't. My head is killing me, I can barely think straight. Rest here for a moment. I'll look for the communication device myself. Alright. Mana quickly runs inside the lab. I sit on the edge of a nearby desk and attempt to mitigate the headache. Thud. Huh? As I sit down, my fingers brush against the tablet. What's this? I press the power button. Huh? The screen actually turns on. Project AD. Oh. Just as quickly as it turned on, the screen abruptly turns off. Project AD. Oh. The headache intensifies. Enhancing the human body through technological advancement. A new purpose. Ah! I collapse. The pain becomes unbearable and everything goes black. My body feels like it weighs a ton. My arms and legs refuse to move. I feel stifled. I attempt to move the tip of my fingers. Familiar voice. Huh? Subject is moving. I can hear a familiar voice. Huh? Another familiar voice can be heard. Is he one of the subjects for the project? Yes. I open my eyelids with a crack. Ether and mana. Ether? Will you have the results for this subject soon? Most likely. The deadline is approaching. Mana looks in my direction. Do you think it will succeed this time? Ether then glances towards me. Not sure. None of the past cases have been successful. If this one fails too, the project might be terminated, won't it? For someone who isn't part of the project, you remember an awful lot. Thanks to this new and improved body, I remember everything. Ah, fair point. Since becoming Nikke's, neither of us has forgotten anything important. Don't look so grim. This is just a hunch, but I feel like this attempt will be a success. A hunch? That's rather unscientific of you to say. Achieving success in your research doesn't always depend on science alone. It's just hope on my end. I've grown far more invested in this than I thought I would. My only hope is... Maya reaches her hand out towards me. That we don't have to terminate. Commander? Ugh. What is this place? Commander! Mana? Are you feeling okay? Of course I am fine. The moment I try to sit up, searing migraine begins to set in. Are you okay, Commander? My head. Take a deep breath. I follow Mana's advice. I slowly exhale. I exhale slowly. After repeating this several times, my head feels slightly less painful. Are you feeling better now? Yeah, thanks. After coming more or less to my senses, I look around. Where am I? The research lab, don't you remember? What am I doing here? I can't remember a thing, perhaps my headache has something to do with it. I closed my eyes and sift through my thoughts. Are you feeling calmer now? As I listen to Mara's voice, I recall everything that's happened so far. I had some sort of dream. Sorry? You and Ether were in it. Me and Ether? Maybe you dreamt that because you want to leave this place. You two were staring at me talking about how you hoped I'd be a success. Sorry? You also mentioned some kind of project. The headache is debilitating, Commander. I think it'd be good for you to stop thinking so much. Get some rest and try and move around. You're sweating like crazy. Why don't you try getting up first? The floor is too cold. It'd be best to move somewhere warmer. Let me help you. I grab a hold of Mana's arm. I have something to ask. Yes? Have we met before? What do you mean? I don't understand. I don't think I was dreaming. That can't be. How can a dream be real? The things I heard, they were too vivid. You probably feel that way since you're unwell. Mana appears overly eager to wrap up the conversation. She seems to be hiding something. But what could it be? First off, let's get out of here. Headache and dizziness I experienced immediately after arriving in the deep sector. The strange familiarity of these surroundings. The dream with Mana and Ether. The feeling of being underwater, unable to move. The project they mentioned. That would be terminated if I failed. It'd be best to be head outside before trying to process all this, okay? As I stand up to follow Mana, my fingertips bump into a tablet. I saw something on this tablet before I collapsed. What was it? Why don't you rest in the prayer room? I'll search on my own for some way to reach the outside. I look around again. Before me is a tank filled with liquid, big enough to fit a person. The familiarity of the lab, the dream of being submerged in the tank, the words written on the tablet, Project AD. Did you ever feel that there are times when Master doesn't feel human? I wish I could say otherwise, but there have been times when I thought the commander recovered unusually fast from injuries. You're right, but surely it's better than taking ages to recover from injuries. Commander, is something wrong? There was a project conducted in this lab, wasn't there? There was, but why? Did the project succeed? Sorry, what was the name of the project? Was it Project AD? How do you know that name? It was a project to enhance the human body, right? If that's the case, then there are some things that come to mind. When I think about it, there are many things about me that seem odd. I've carried a fully armed NIkke on my own before. Okay, Nikkes without their armaments are like 300 pounds. Their armaments are like another 100 pounds. 400 pounds. Not including any other tactical gear they have with them. And fired anti-ship rifles meant for Nikkes despite having an injured leg. No ordinary human could lift that much weight. Cause yeah, the anti-ship rifle, I don't know if anyone knows what an anti-ship rifle is. It's like, let's say it's about as long, it's about 6 foot long. 6 feet long, in some cases. They're about as long as a human is tall. And anti-ship rifles can usually only be fired by people when they're mounted. Anti-ship rifles meant for Nikkes would weigh more. Well, you might simply be stronger than most people. There's more to it than that. Whenever I'm injured, I heal up normally fast. Maybe you just have a faster recovery rate than normal. No, it's nearly superhuman. During operations, I've sustained all manners of injuries, from minor scuffs to being impaled through the stomach. Despite sustaining what should be fatal injuries, I've always survived. In fact, the amount of time I require to heal has steadily decreased over time. I see. No one with any sense could call that normal. You're right, it's certainly unusual. But it's not out of the realm of possibility for there to be someone in this world naturally born with exceptional strength and healing abilities. Things are only strange if you think they are. If you view things as normal, then they're not so strange anymore. So don't think of it as anything unusual. I recognize this place. Don't you find that odd? I am somehow familiar with the inner recesses of MMR despite purportedly having never been here. Or am I just overthinking that as well? I'm sorry. You can ask me all the questions you want, but I can't answer any of them. Not even one? No. I can't tell you anything, so please stop. Answer me just this one thing and I'll stop. Yes? Am I human? That? A hand shoots out from behind Mana and covers her mouth. Shh. That's enough questions. That was too close for comfort, Mana. You knew who let the cat out of the bag. You should know better than that. You know as well as I do that there are dark forces deep in the Ark. They're watching us, always and everywhere. If you catch their attention, you're in for a world of hurt. Those of us residing in the Abyss should be especially careful, isn't that right? Yes, I know that. Dark forces? Thank you for stopping me. No need to thank me. Hey, you want to repay me? You can help me the next time I do something good. Got it? Yes. Such a sweet girl. Now then, I presume this young man is the celebrated number 7 I've heard so much about? My goodness, he looks even more handsome in person. You've grown up splendidly. Who are you? Me? Goodness gracious, would you look at me? I didn't even introduce myself. Ah, the perils of old age. I'm Jian. Pleasure's all mine. I believe this is our first time meeting, yes? Jian is, the bitch Shuyen's half-sister. I think I've heard that name before. Really? How can that be possible? Most interesting. Well, I suppose it's not entirely outside the realm of possibility. You are quite deeply connected with my sister, so you must have heard of me at some point. Sister? Are you related to Suyen? Half-sister would be more correct. What am I saying? We're working here. As such, I should instead say that I'm an employee working under the esteemed president of Missilis. I'll make it simple for you. Just think of me as one of the researchers at MMR. Half-sister, you say? Oh, it seems you're partial to that appellation. I suppose it makes sense. After all, many of the most riveting stories concern themselves with love triangles. What? Incorporating Missilis into the tale of romantic entanglements is surely the most entertaining option, no? What are these dark forces in the arc that you keep mentioning? Wow, cutting straight to the chase. I see you're not one for formalities. Are you talking about NIkke? So harsh. How could I ever impugn our good friend NIkke in such a way? When she works tirelessly on humanity's behalf, the dark forces that I speak of is the arc itself. The very thing that feeds, shelters, and protects us. What? That's all you need to know for now. It'd be dangerous for you to know any more than that. You hardly want to spend your existence trapped underground, do you? She's referring to the feeling of being trapped by the secrets weighing on top of you. You're still young and you must have a lot you want to do. How exactly old is Jian? I need to look that up. She seems rude. Because while Jian looks like a little pipsqueak that I could punt, and as strong as I am, I could definitely punt her ass pretty far. Jian is very, very different. Jian, was it? That's right. Why are you calling me number 7? That's because you are. Oh boy, I nearly spilled the beans. I'm quite mesmerizing, you know. The more we talk, the more I want to tell you everything. Is this why all the Nikkes are so obsessed with you? Perhaps it's because you're so handsome. Or perhaps it's because you're number 7. Why are you looking at me like that? What are you talking about? Jin, that's enough. Alright, I'll stop teasing him. Anyway, I simply stopped by to give a short introduction. Here you are. Jin hands over an access card. Is that? That's right, it's an access card. Since you're finished with your business here, it's time for you to leave. Why do you have this? Not entirely bereft of conscience, you know. Since I'm the one who brought you here, I should be the one to get you out. You mean you? Yes, I'm the one who made the oh so handsome number 7 come here. What? So it was you? Why? I wanted to see you. I have a lot of interest in you for many reasons. Jian does look pretty nice though, unlike Suyin, the little fucking child. Ain't a bitch. Suyin and all the other Nikkes have gotten to see you. And I was upset that I hadn't had the privilege of seeing you in person. With my current situation, I'm in no position to be going outside and attracting unwanted attention. So I thought it'd be good if you came to me instead. Why didn't you just speak to me plainly and invite me? Oh, come now, you could have never come here alone. You would have arrived surrounded by your precious Nikkes, weapons in hand. It would have been liable to cause a scene. And I certainly don't want that. Don't be upset. That access card will ensure you leave this place unharmed. And besides, even though you felt a little dizzy and had a nasty headache, it's not like you're leaving empty-handed. Jian leans in close and whispers to me. You learned a few more things about the Ark and yourself. Huh? Jian steps back. Now then, Mana. Jian hands over another access card to Mana. Could you please use this card to escort the ever so dashing number 7 out safely? He seems rather shaken up by today's events, so be sure to calm him down before he leaves. Yes, understood. I had fun today, number 7. See you around. Jian walks off. Let's get out of here, Commander. Okay. Tap, tap, tap. The sound of typing can be heard, and the bitter aroma of coffee lingers in the air. I can detect the pattering of water droplets as well. Drip, 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 drip. Hold on. What is this? I look around to see a neatly organized lab and an IV drip connected to one of my arms. IV drip? You're awake. How are you feeling? Why am I? Shortly after taking the elevator up to level D, you collapsed. Quick examination was conducted. The results showed excessive stress and fatigue leading to severe exhaustion. In short, you were tired. I see. Thank you. For what? For bringing me here and treating me? I gently lift up my arm with the IV needle. You collapsed right in front of me. It's only natural that I'd attend to you. Besides, I'm a big part of why you're in this state. I'm sorry. Pardon? Kept pressing you with questions that you couldn't answer and put you in a difficult spot. For that, I'm sorry. Your questions were entirely reasonable. Anybody would react that way when doubt is being cast on their very identity. Thanks for understanding. Commander, I can't answer any of the questions you asked. MMR is a fountain of knowledge, yet it also holds many secrets. One of the cardinal rules is to never share those secrets. I understand. But what I can say is this. Regardless of your identity or what secrets you carry, the reason you've earned the trust and love of so many Nikkes, including me, has nothing to do with how you were created. Instead, it has everything to do with how you've lived. Mana, that above all is your true identity, Commander. So don't fret anymore and rest up. In the meantime, I'll protect you. Not as a researcher with any ulterior motives, but simply as an Nikke. Thanks. I'll try and get some sleep then. Good night, Commander. I close my eyes. Everything is still enshrouded with questions, but at least for now, in this moment, I feel like I can sleep peacefully. Mona, yes, I wanted to speak to you about number 7's examination. I don't know what you're talking about. Yes, you do. The examination you conducted when you collapsed shortly before returning to level D. Now do you know what I'm talking about? Yes. Show me the results. I can't. Why not? I promised. I promised the Commander that you could rest and I would tend to him without any ulterior motives. I can't hand over the results. If I do that, all the tender care I gave him will be tainted and end up becoming cold, hard research data. Come now, don't be so hard on me. I have no intention of using your findings as research material. I don't believe you. Honestly, I won't. You really are going to refuse, aren't you? My goodness, it seems you've gotten quite close to number 7. Promise is a promise. Fine, okay. At least tell me one thing about number 7's condition. I already told you I can't. If you grant me this request, I'll let you ask any one thing of me in return, no strings attached. Anything you want. So, do you think that's a fine compromise on my part? Let me hear your question first. Very well, then, is number 7 healthy? Sorry? Is he in good health? Is he suffering from any illnesses, injuries, or is any other way unwell? All his metrics were normal. His collapse was stress-induced. All the tension from that day was more than he could bear. Oh, that's good. Is that all you wanted to ask? Yes, so long as number 7 is healthy, that's all that matters. Ether, why did you make the Commander come to MMR's deep sector? Me? That was Jian's doing. Jian must have been the one who suggested it to you. But you were the one who set up a false account and sent that message to the Commander posing as me. How did you know? You left a few breadcrumbs here and there. Almost as if you wanted me to notice. You're quite smart. Why did you do that? Is that the question you wish to ask of me? Yes. Oh well, number 7 really has gotten a hold over you. An MMR researcher suppressing their thirst for knowledge and instead asking a question for someone else's sake. At any rate, number 7 has been coming back with rather grievous injuries, particularly concerning his stomach. Yo, Astro, welcome in. I wanted to get him on the examination table for a proper health check, but he is rather wary of me. He would never agree to such a proposal. So I was thinking of a way to get him here, and that's when Jen happened to contact me. She said she wanted to see number 7 for herself, and asked me to bring him here. Jen. If someone higher up gives me an order, what's an employee like me to do? If she wants me to summon him, then summon him I must. I happen to want to see him too, so I thought it would work out nicely. I didn't expect him to have such a hard time. When the commander collapsed while still in the deep sector, he said he had a dream. He said that you and I were observing him while he was suspended in a tank, and he heard discussions about the project and its success or failure. Really? He dreamt about the past? Interesting. Ether, are you trying to reveal the truth to the commander? I don't have any plans to, no. Then why do you call him number 7? What about it? You could attract their attention. You know as well as I do that they don't want the world to know that this project ever existed. And that's why they've kept it a secret. Even from the deputy commanders and 3 CEOs. Okay, this brings up another very important question. Who the fuck are they? If they're above the deputy commanders in chief, like the top of the food chain in the Ark, and above the CEOs who hold the same power and authority as deputy commanders, who the fuck is running the Ark? Because we're not talking about NIkke. Who the fuck are they? Who the fuck are they? I have no clue, no hints, no guesses. I want to know who the fuck they are. They've carried everything out in complete secrecy within the darkest recesses of MMR, with approval coming only from them and the Supreme Commander. I know I know several deputy commanders. Dobin? Anderson? And the shitty chubby dude. I forget his name off the top of my head. Who is the Supreme Commander? I'm curious. Is he the legendary commander? Because I thought Anderson might be. Maybe he's not. Who is the Supreme Commander? I want to know that. I know all of this. Then why? That's because who he is. That's because that's who he is. He's number 7. Not 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. He is not a failure nor an escapee, but the sole successful creation. With such a precious title, how could I call him by any other name? Still, that's too dangerous. They likely understand the affection I have for the term, which is why they're letting me get away with it. They've got eyes and ears everywhere in the Ark. So there's no way they aren't aware of me calling him that. If there was going to be trouble, it would have happened already. Don't worry too much. I'm a professional. I know how to walk the line. Okay, fine. Do as you wish. I will. But if you aren't trying to reveal the truth, then it couldn't have been you who left the tablet. Tablet? Never mind. All this talk makes me want to see number 7 again. I understand that you miss him, but please refrain from summoning the commander to the deep sector again. Doing that may put him in serious danger. We'll see. Okay. If we aren't... Okay, if heretics... If they think summoning me to the deep sector is more dangerous than me going up against heretics nonstop, what the fuck is the danger? What is going on? This event brought me so many questions that are totally unanswered, and I have no guesses as to what they could be. Like, with the Red Hood and Rappy being in the same body, and then Red Hood dying, I guessed that well before I ever played through the chapter. I guessed that part. I was dead on the nail too. I had enough clues. I could guess. I could theorize. There's nothing to go on here. There is nothing to go on. I genuinely am at a loss. Who are they? Who is the Supreme Commander? Who all holds more power than the Deputy Chiefs and the CEOs of the Big Three? Who the flying fuck are they? Now, one question this did answer though. One question that event did answer. That question answered why Chatterbox was so infatuated with what was, quote, inside of me, and why Nihilister took such an interest in me. Because other than Vaphouse, there is the fact that I've apparently been technologically enhanced. Not only that, but they went on about a black box. We know that Modernia, or Marion, was precious to the Ark, mostly because she had 4 black boxes inside of her. Black boxes are apparently a big deal. Because, for one, they're the only way NIkkes can have secrets. 2, there's a lot of other unimplicated but unknown things about black boxes. But dissecting Marion to get the black boxes could apparently advance the Ark's technology by a century. 100 years into the future. Could catapult them 100 years into the future technologically. If the black boxes hold that many secrets, and there's one inside of me, no wonder. And there's other secrets inside of me. Not in any way dirty. But there's other secrets inside of me. No wonder Chatterbox, Indivilia, and Nihilister have such a keen interest in me. The only one who seemed to let me go without much interest is Liberalio. Liberalio is just too damn powerful, though. Why concern yourself with an insect like me? I'm concerned, when the fuck are we going to go up against a Liberalio? In the future. Either way, now time to go for the no caller ID. Okay. As for this event, I want to take a rough guess. This happens, I want to say, sometime before Chapter 10. I didn't watch this one earlier, though, because it's only loosely mentioned in the main campaign. The amusement park was mentioned, but other than that, there really was no other mention of it. But since it was mentioned, I do want to play through this event, because it does pertain to the main story somewhat. Playboy, have you heard? Heard what? Rumors there are people still left up on the surface. Don't be ridiculous. Apparently, if you wait until 11 p.m., you'll get a voice message on your phone. It's happened to over 10 people already. Okay, so this, okay, I think I know when this event happens now. It happens just after the emission It happens, this is happening partially during, this happens before we get sent to the outpost, I think, possibly. Might happen right after we get sent to the outpost. No kidding, is that why you're here? I was wondering why you weren't heading inside. Aren't you curious? Sure I am. Let's give it a shot then. The man lifted his cell phone high up into the sky. You look ridiculous. How long do you plan on? Huh? I got something. From the surface? I don't know. Let's listen to it. The man's hands tremble as he goes to check the voice message. Amongst heavy static, a short voice can be heard. Everyone gathers. This place. Paradise. Cinder unknown. Everyone gathers. This place. Paradise. For the past few days, a select few have been receiving this message on their cell phones. Rumors are starting to spread. People say they have been sent by a survivor up on the surface. Give me a break. This is grade school level pranking. People actually believe this could be from the surface? How gullible can you get? Was it something I said? This message wasn't sent from inside the Ark. That's right. There's no doubt about it. This came from the surface. Wow. We're fairly sure we pinpointed the location it was sent from. Okay, so this was sent right after we were sent to the outpost. This event happens after we were sent to the outpost, but before Chapter 10. I want you to go there and investigate. What exactly are we looking for? Confirm whether there are any survivors out there. What then? That depends on what your investigation turns up. If there's anybody remaining on the surface, the Ark will have to come up with a new policy. Officially, the number of people left on the surface is 0, right? That's right. There's a lot riding on this, more than you can imagine. For some reason, this rumor is spreading quickly on the Ark. The central government is demanded to publish the truth. And I have to give them something. In order to do that, I need to launch an investigation. Understood. Watch your back out there. Surface entry complete. Moving towards the marked location. Ah, we love Rappy. So perfect. How long will it take? We'll arrive before the night is out. If there aren't any nasty surprises, that is. Let's go. Roger. And what? Okay, as I know I said thick thighs save lives. We all know Anise has thick thighs, but Rappies are better. I'm sorry. Rappies are better. Shall we run there? I'm so curious. It might be possible if you carry the commander. Oh, forget it then. Master's too heavy for that. Let's just... Okay, y'all are thinking Nikkes. Y'all can carry me. I'm not that heavy. Rappy's carried me before, and... yeah, let's just say if that was I guess. Send her in, though. I would not object to being carried by Rappy. Yeah. Huh? What's wrong? Does your stomach hurt? I just got a voice message. What does it say? Hold on. Everyone gathers. This place, paradise. Same as what we heard before. Is it just me or does it sound clearer? It's definitely easier to make out. There's less static. That means we're heading in the right direction. Let's keep going. Yes, Commander. I love that. Anticipation. I'm curious about something. Save it. You don't have to know everything. You're reacting too strongly to a voice message. Then what should I do? Commander, I'm seeing a building ahead of us. Let's have a conversation about one thing. I was the first to speak. Let's talk about what I'm curious about. I'm curious too. During the first Raptor invasion, the entire human race fled to the Ark. In the decades that followed, the Raptures laid waste to mankind's old home. They've demolished all the significant landmarks and slaughtered all the humans left on the surface. They operated with incredible precision, especially when it came to killing humans. On the surface, there may be a chance of coming across some old knickknacks or settlements, but the Raptors didn't leave a single human alive. But the surface is a big place, isn't it? It'd be impossible to search every nook and cranny. Because this is set in like a post-apocalyptic Earth. The Ark is supposedly somewhere in North America. Rough guess. Somewhere in North America. How can you be so sure there aren't any survivors? So you've decided. The surface is crawling with raptors. We couldn't possibly comb every inch of it. However, that didn't stop us from trying. For decades we sent out search parties, but not a single living human was ever found, not one. Not only that, we've never received any distress signals. So the central government made an official statement. They claimed there were no survivors on the surface and called off any further searches. So it's unprecedented to be receiving a voice message like this. Exactly. Okay, now I understand. I just hope we can find some survivors. Likewise, me too. Beep. Commander, I've just received another voice message. Everyone gathers. This place. Paradise. Country. Country? I had my suspicions at the start, but now I'm more certain. Doesn't this sound like a broadcast directed to any survivors on the surface? Yeah, it sounds like it's calling people to a specific location. That means there might be a settlement full of survivors. Why an entire settlement? If they're capable of broadcasting messages, they must have somewhat decent infrastructure. Besides, they just said country. There's 100% a settlement. You might be right. These remain subdued. They're not getting my hopes up. They only lead to disappointment. I still have hope. Me too. Commander, the sun is setting faster than expected. This would be a perfect spot to set up camp. The hill would be to our back, so we'll only need to watch the front. Understood. I'll go set up some decoys. I'll come with you. Okay, thanks. Anise and Neon went to set up the decoys. The temperature and humidity look ideal. Let me know if you're not comfortable. What would you like for dinner? I'm not hungry. Very well. Rappy? Yes. Do you think there's a settlement out there? So I'm being honest, no. Even if there is one, it's almost certainly been raided. The raptors are consumed with the desire to attack humans. Even if there were enough survivors to constitute a settlement, it couldn't have withstood a raptor attack. Humans are powerless in front of those foul creatures. And you positive there's nothing out there? Never say never. Even if the possibility of anything exists is near zero, this search isn't in vain. I appreciate you saying that. Don't worry about it. Soon after, Anise and Neon come back. Happy decided to keep watch while the rest of us went to sleep. I'm not sure how long I slept. It's still dark out. Everything is quiet. Despite all that, I still woke up. I felt as if we were being watched. Copy. Shh. Be quiet. No sudden movements. It's looking right at us. What is? Straight ahead, 11 o'clock. I turn in the direction map you mentioned. All I see is complete darkness. Suddenly, in the darkness, I see what looks like bluish lights. Can you see it? I only see some kind of blue light. It's the light reflecting from their eyes. Tigers. Tigers? 4 of them, 2 adults and 2 babies. I think it's a family. What should we do? As long as we don't make any sudden movements, they'll leave us alone. They don't look like they're on their prowl for food. As my eyes adjust to the darkness, the tigers become more visible. 2 of them were about 3 meters in length and 2 soon-to-be babies. A deer carcass dangles from the jaws of one of the adults. The tiger stared at us for a while and then slowly turned around and left. All clear. It's my first time seeing a tiger in real life. Me too. That's pretty crazy considering Rappy's been alive for, fucking 80 years. No, not 80. Probably close to, 75. That was absolutely thrilling. Yes, perhaps because there's some element of danger to it. There was once an incident where 10 tigers managed to take down NIkke. If they'd rushed at us, I'd have to open fire and order the raptors to our position. It's a good thing they'd already had a successful hunt. You can go back to sleep. I don't think I'll be able to sleep after that. I don't blame you. The next day. A tiger? Why didn't you wake me up? I've always wanted to see one. What's got you so upset this morning? A liger? Tiger. Tiger. One of the big cats. Cat, how big is it? Twice our size, maybe even bigger. No way, why didn't you wake me up? I don't love to see a tiger. Go find us another tiger. Yeah, and make it snappy. Let's go. I need some neon. You guys. Try it. The neon specifically drives me up the wall. Is this the place? No, we need to go a little further. Just in case, let's look around before we leave. I don't think we'll turn up anything. Raptors really went to town on this place. It's in shambles. That's funny. What is it? I don't see any raptor footprints. Hey, you're right. Raptors walk on all fours, and considering their weight, there's no way they want to leave any tracks. I can't see a single footprint. Commander, over here. A bullet casing? One from a human firearm. No, it was a firefight. More like a surprise attack or bombardment by the look of it. Considering the lack of raptor tracks, I'd say you're right. I'll try and keep moving. This place gives me the creeps. Wait a minute. You see thinking what I'm thinking? Maybe. What is it? How come there aren't any bodies lying around? Right. Raptors have no interest in collecting human bodies. If there was a surprise attack, that place would be littered with corpses. But they've used them for a super weapon? I'm not paying anything up. Trying anything that would vaporize a human's body. Let's keep looking. Everyone take cover. Raptors 500 meters out. They're headed this way. How did they find us? Engaging! Yes, engaging. Enemy neutralized. They really caught us with our pants down. Commander, over there. There's a large building with an iron door in the direction Rappy is pointing. It's secured with a lock. The foundation of that building is slightly below ground. I'm willing to bet what's ever in there weighs a whole ton. Any chance that might be raptors? Seems a little small for that. I'll check for heat sources just to be safe. I'm not picking up anything. Coast seems clear. Let's check it out. We need to make this fast. We made a lot of noise during that fight. More raptors could show up any minute. Right. We ripped the lock off that was in front of the door and went inside. A strange odor fills the room. Pretty bare bones. Seems like humans were living here. Master, look at this. Leon pointed to a wall filled with photos. They're all faded with the smiling faces of those in the faces. Photos can be made out. They must have been taken at the theme park. They look so happy. They really do. You think we'll ever be able to take a photo like that? You can do that right now. There's a theme park in the ark, and it ain't like smiling is hard. That's how I mean. These photos were taken before the invasion. There's something different about their smiles. I think I understand what you're saying. Master, can I take one of these? Take it. All objects on the surface are the property of the central government. You cannot claim anything as your own unless there's a proper reason for it. You heard her. Right. You're happy? Let's head this way. Alright. Inside the room is another big door. Seems more heavily fortified than the door outside. Let's see. The door made a creaking sound and opened slowly. The unusual odor is getting stronger. I'm heading in now. You think you'll find any machinery in there? You mean like what they used in the war? The commander used to fly. Fly one of those machines. Now it's been broken down and used as rapture parts. Oh my god, Rappy, we're coming. No, stay back. Stay back, I'll come to you. What was it? What was inside? We need to get out of here. Right now. Alright. But why? Commander? Let's go. Understood. She found human bodies. Probably decomposed. Everyone gathers. This place. Paradise. Country. While following a road out of the settlement, we received another transmission. It's even clearer than before. Isn't this a street that we're on? Must have been a road to let cars through. It'll probably lead us to a factory or some kind of facility. Maybe a city even. Would there really be survivors? There's no way. It's huge. Must have been a real tourist attraction. This isn't the place either, right? No, we need to go a little further. The transmission tower is at 12 o'clock. Do you see it? Not too well thanks to the fog, but I can still make out the outline. The coordinates show the message originating from there. It must be being sent from a transmission tower. We're almost there then. Let's go. Any chance we can stop and smell the roses? Come again. Since it's a tourist attraction, there must be a lot to see. I won't stop you, but I wouldn't recommend it. How come? What do you think happened to all the humans who weren't chosen to stay in the Ark? Back then, human weaponry didn't even leave a scratch on raptors. It was suicide to engage the enemy. All people could do was evade the raptors until the Ark opened its doors once again, or find a different place to hide out permanently. Raptors were bloodthirsty beyond all reason, and the Ark has never reopened its doors. Some people fell into despair and gave up. Some sought out major cities. They wanted to die with some dignity in a place that reminded them of better days. You see how the roads are all deserted? That's because everyone ended it quietly in their own homes. If you start poking around, you'll end up seeing more than you bargained for. I understand, I won't interfere. Let's go, Commander. We're nearly there. Roger. Another voice message. I'll play it. Everyone gathers. This place. Paradise. Country. Same as always. What was that? It said help at you. Sounds like they're in trouble. Let's hurry. Roger. I knew it. Even if there was a settlement as far as there's no way the raptors would have left it alone. Never know, there may still... You heard the yelling, and raptors sent out that voice message to where people here. People who lost hope heard that message and came here. You have a new life. If you regain hope, then raptors killed every last one of them. Let's go back, Commander. I don't want to see what's over there. We need to see this through the end. What's the point? Even if we go, there's nothing we can do. The least we can do for those who died. Let's keep going. Under that, I really don't like this. Where are we? It's a theme park. I know that. Wasn't this where the last of the survivors gathered? So, just then I received a voice message on my phone. I open it. Gather around, children. This place is our own little country. Paradise where everyone is happy. Happy fantasy land. The fastest roller coasters in the world. The tallest log ride in the world. The most exciting pirate ship. All at the Happy Fantasy Land. So, that message was made all the way to the Ark. Was just an advertisement for an amusement park? Seems that way. Alright, mission complete then, let's go back. I think this place still has power. Can we go on some rides? Here, there's no chance in hell that anything here is still running. Besides, we're over the weight limit for roller coasters. She's right, true. From master is human. How do you read this? Up, up, and away. It's the tallest Ferris wheel in the world. 300 meters to be exact. How exciting. Can we go on it, Master? Oh no, seems kind of dangerous. This isn't when it's still operational. It's our only option. There's another option. Don't ride anything. Sure, but what a letdown that would be. Looking up, be excited about the tallest Ferris wheel in the world. Commander, we don't know how long the power will last. Make a decision. We'd ride that we could. I'll be able to, but it'll be nice seeing you take it for a spin. I'll have to think about it. First, when we sit on this sand as it slowly ascends, after a while it reaches its peak. Suddenly I saw the land laid out before me. Holy shit, that looks cool. A vast expanse reaching out into infinity. It's a far cry from the views seen in the art. As I watched, as if I could hear the landscape speak to me. How long are you going to continue living in the cramped, dark place? Your caller ID end. Looks like we can close this case. So that voice message came all the way from that theme park. Certainly didn't expect that. Anyway, since you ensured all power was shut off, it shouldn't happen again. Anything else to report? I rode the Ferris wheel. Did you say Ferris wheel? It was the tallest in the entire world. I see. How was it? It was fun. Probably hear it. You can leave now. Shifty? Yes. Run a probability for me on a scenario. A derelict theme park that's been abandoned for decades, with only a Ferris wheel still operating, transmits a voice message which reaches the ark. One moment. 0.000. Alright, I get the picture. Somehow I managed to defy those odds, unless there's some external force helping it along. Anyway, I consider this case closed. Good job. It doesn't matter if something like this happens occasionally. Oh, that was no caller ID. Okay, I think I'm gonna wait and do another stream for another stream and video for the dirty backyard at a later date, as well as potentially other videos and streams on other events aside from the ones that are mostly important to the main story. Because one I would really like to touch on is New Year, New Sword. Can meet Scarlet as she was, Scarlet's sister, get to learn more about Scarlet, as well as our relationship with Scarlet. But I think I will call that for today's video. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. My YouTube fans, like and subscribe. I will plan on making more as literally the week that In the Mirror comes out in the archives, I will instantly cover that within a week. That one will probably be like 8 hours long to cover. That is a major event. There is so much to unpack from that one. Look forward to that, and look forward to more NIkke streams and more NIkke videos. Thank you all.